What size socket did this shit take? Fuck. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Measure once, water it out. Well, give me my socket back, damn you. There. Alright, y'all. And of course, as soon as I start recording, everybody and their damn brother starts coming by on the road. Today, I'm going to be unloading my tractor mowers and loading up the walk behind and the zero turn so I can see where I need to move my Erickson wheel chock straps so I can hold both of those mowers down well, because I hope to not have to use these tractors at all this year. I might end up using one and may even play around and just see how everything looks loaded. But if I were to run a tractor mower, I think that I could leave them where they're at, my chocks, because the big mower would probably be the one I would take, and it could fit on the front where the little one is. I'm not sure exactly if there's enough room for the zero turn to fit the wheel right there. Probably not, because the wheels are so wide. But anyway, we're going to play around and see what combination work best. But in the end, I'm going to move the straps, or the straps to fit the walk behind and the zero turn, because that's what I'm going to be using. I may buy another set of the straps sometime just to have on the trailer, the chocks, in case I do use the tractors again. That way they'll already be set up. But I'm going to, before I make any more purchases, I'm going to start actually making money. You know what I mean? I'm wanting to buy a grass flap for the zero turn, so I'll probably wait until I make a little bit of money until I can warrant buying that. Same way with the straps and whatnot. So I'm trying to not buy much of anything until I start making a little bit of money. But this will be a good opportunity as well to show you the Rackham double barrel gate lift assist. So get my pins out. I always put my pins in this track right here, which that's one thing I don't like about this trailer, is this big gap on each side. It collects grass like crazy. So get the other pin here. Well, that didn't go as I wanted, but I still haven't gotten around to adjusting that, putting the spacers underneath there so that ain't hitting. But you see, now instead of, when I lift the trailer, instead of having to go way back here to get enough leverage and bending way down, I can grab this chain, pick it up by one hand. So just pick it up, grab it at the top, and it's good to go. Now let's try to see if I can do this a little bit more graceful. So right about there, it's got full load on it. And as I mentioned, it does hold one corner up because it's just a one-sided lift. But that don't bother me, because depending on how you approach, the wheels push it down and you don't have to worry about it. When you do walk off on this section, you have to be careful because it will trip you. Looks like my mesh is starting to pull up a little bit, but so these Erickson straps, they're just a Chock with E-track in them, and it's an E-track ratchet. We'll just release it there, pull your little tab and unhook. And typically I only unhook the back, and I just drive over the strap. I never had a problem doing that. So I'll try to set you all up and do a cold start on each mower as I move them. Y'all can watch me drive them off of here. May need to move the walk behind a little bit first. Another thing that I don't really like about that trailer, I think that mesh on the ramp is just too slick. Especially, my feet are wet, I slip. And even when dry, I worry about slipping. It's kind of slick. But anyway, let me get you all set up. Now I'll do a cold start and get these things moved off here. It's 52 degrees out here this morning. We've had a lot of rain. I think we've had probably every bit of 1.5 inches or 2 inches of rain in the past 2 days. It must have rained a whole lot last night because the creek's up now. It wasn't yesterday evening, but it's up now. I do have my battery charger on here. I'll be taking it off once I get the mower off here. Which this is going to be fun considering my head's in the garage door now. Let's see here. How am I going to do this? Not hurt myself. Put the steering wheel up. Ow! Ow, my back. That's another good thing about the zero turn. I think getting on and off of it would be a lot easier on my back than getting on and off of this thing. These liquid cooled Kawasaki's are known for a little bit of white smoke or antifreeze smoke or whatever exactly it was. I'm hoping that the other head isn't going bad or something like that. But last time I run it, even after, you know, it was not very long ago, after it's been fixed, which I fixed it like August or something there. So anyway, the last time I ran it, it would clear up pretty quick. Whereas before I fixed it, it would smoke for a good long time and a lot of it before it would eventually clear up. So I guess now I'll get the walk behind turned around. Damn it, come on, move. So, some changes I've done to it. I did take the chute off, and I took the belt guard off because I don't need it. The belt wants to hop off sometimes. So, no need to have that on there when it makes it easier to blow it off and everything else. So, I did take the sulky off because I ain't going to be using that. So, let's get this thing started and see just where it's going to sit at up here on the trailer. Well, putting it over your side definitely ain't going to work very well. I think that's where it's going to ride. Plenty of room to put a push mower on the side if I have to, which I hope I don't have to. I think what I'm going to do for it, if I can get over here till I can find them. I've got these that I may put just on one wheel, like the one over near the rail. Somehow, I may move it over a little bit so it's on the center of that board. Put these on each side of the wheel. Let's see if there's enough room to actually even do that. Oh yeah. Put them on each side of the wheel, just run a regular ratchet strap across the wheel with these. And leave this chock here. Take the strap up, of course, but leave the chock here. So, now for the zero turn. Put these over here. This seat is also a lot more comfortable than my tractor seats. Even though the Skag seat was still better than this, I think. Just the seat, not including the suspension that was on it. And it may not be feasible to back on every time, but I do kind of like this better. It'd be a lot easier to get off because this thing is so wide, there's not much room pulling it forward with the walk behind on here to get off because I got my backpack blower here. But at least this way, you know, I can get off, step right here, walk down the ramp and everything. The thing is it feasible to back off every single time or back up onto the trailer every single time? And this is a little bit steep because the driveway angle's downward, the truck is squatting a little bit, so this is kind of steep. The ramp is right now. I just about think this would be the best thing to do. I'm going to try and get off here if I hurt myself more than I already have. I'm going to put the ramp up and pull the truck forward. I wanted to try and leave it kind of in the garage, well more than this, but kind of in the garage so that I can work on swapping my chocks around, get down the floor, the ground outside is wet, and I didn't want to get wet. I'm going to have to pull outside just to have enough room to even do anything. So I'll pull the truck forward. We'll take a look at them. So what do y'all think? It might possibly give me some trouble trying to load on certain places in reverse, backing up on here. But I think this is going to be my best option because you see I've got plenty of room to get off right here, whereas pulling forward I didn't. Even to walk around I didn't have a whole lot of room either side. Here I've got a lot more room. By the time I step off right here I've got plenty of room. Plus backing on, the bulk of my weight is right over the rear axles, whereas before I think it was fairly even with one tractor in front and one tractor in rear, but still that was a lot of tongue weight. I don't think this is going to be too rear heavy. I mean, you know, the trailer's 14 foot, there's only like what, 3 feet or so past the rear axle, so, and there's like 4 or 5 in the front, so I believe with just the walk behind on the front like this it'll be fine. I would like to turn it sideways so I can get even closer up to it, but I just don't think that I'm going to be able to turn it. I think it's going to be too long and too much hassle really to try and turn it. Though I could be wrong. And I don't think that I could fit two tractor on here with a zero turn either. I might could if I pulled the zero turn on straight and had the little tractor in the front, but I don't know about the big one. I believe this is how I'm going to run it. I guess now I'll try and get the this chock back here off and see it's too narrow. That's inside the tires. If I had it on the other side at the same kind of spot, it'd be inside the tire over there because this thing is so much wider than my tractor's. But I guess what I'll do is try and kind of mark. Well, I guess I'll have to take the zero turn off, take that off, then park the zero turn back so I can figure out where I'm wanting to put these. I can get it set with lag bolts and then put the actual, or lag screws, and then put the actual bolts through the wood later after I get it set in place where I want it at. Because just lag screws ain't going to hold, the straps will pull them up out of the wood. I believe that's what I'm going to do. And when I get ready to, I'm going to move the truck too, probably. Well, I don't know. I may have enough room. I don't know. I'll look, see what we get into, and I'll bring y'all along. Yeah, I believe backing it on is going to be my best bet, because that's really easy to get on instead of having to try and walk around it and everything too. But I'm going to start first off on the walk behind and get those little D-rings put on. So it'd be something, you know, kind of over in the middle of that board's about right there. Then right back here, just put a strap across that. I think that'll work all right. So let me go get hardware, screws, and everything else that I'll need. We'll get back at it. Alright y'all, so a little change of plans. Sorry about the wind. I don't know if this thing will even pick up the wind since the case is on the front. But I forgot I had these old E-tracks sitting in there. I think they'll work better and take up, they'll be a lot easier than putting these D-rings on, because if I get the D-rings too tight, it's liable to not spin over and stick up possibly in the way. But I believe, put one there, one back here, and I'll be all good to go. I got the mower moved over, as you can see, and my wires, if y'all can see, my wires do run right underneath there, but they're hanging down. So I doubt that I'll hit them with my drill or anything. Just gotta be very careful, especially back here. But I believe that's what I'm gonna do. Put these E-tracks there and just use my strap instead of a ratchet strap. I believe that'll work good. So, take a paint pen and get the cap off of it. Take my paint pen, mark right there, right there. Get the other E-track, put it where I want it. I'll put it right there because there's a cross member right underneath there. So mark there, and mark there. Now I can drill my holes. I'll get the mower out of the way. Hopefully it won't mess up my marks. I may put a little divot in there so I can know where it's at. But we'll get the mower out of the way and I'll show y'all drilling it. Okay, I think with only one side tied down and the park brake set, I don't think this mower's going to go anywhere. So I'll get y'all set up real quick. I know the wind's probably, you can probably hear it now. But trying to figure out where I can set you at. I think y'all can see right there. Hold my wires over. All right. Okay. And I happen to have hardware on hand that is the perfect size for this, so that's great. I don't think it's going to mess with my wires right there. And if I can get these washers on here without dropping them. And of course I would have a nut that's got a burr on it or something. But the impact will take care of that. I'm gonna have to get a hammer. Alright, hammer time. Line up with that hole, dang it. There. Okay. Now we're in business. Oh, it's further back in there. I am using a washer and a lock washer. Plus I'll be putting these on with a impact driver, so they should be good and tight. Hopefully they won't come off, and if they do, the bolts probably won't really come out very easily anyway. Alright, now I gotta get way back up in there. There we go. And that's one done. Okay. Sorry for the wind and the traffic. That's what happens when it's coming on springtime and you live right next to a busy road. Got that one on there a little loose. I'm going to have to drill that one, I believe. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Measure once, water it out. my socket back, damn you. There. Okay. Let me move the mower back over it and let's see what it looks like then. Well, it sure does feel like a spring day out here. Nice and sunny. Over 40 degrees. Alright, how do I want this on here? It's going to be super short. I guess it'll be this way. Oh, nope, I got it backwards. And this way. There. That is solid. That is not going anywhere for sure. I believe my casters, I don't think they hold air. I'm not entirely sure. I put air in one of them, but they kind of seem like they're loose again. I don't know. I hope to not use this thing hardly at all, honestly, this year. I hope to just use zero turn and that's it. But time will tell anyway. So I guess now the fun part, getting those off and having to crawl underneath there to loosen them on some of the bolts in order to move them. So that's going to be fun. So that's going to be next. Okay, so y'all about to watch me either hurt myself or get some good laughs, because you're going to see a fat guy trying to crawl underneath the ass end of a trailer. So we got a hurt back, so let's see here. What size socket does this shit take? Fuck. Didn't need you anyway, you damn thing. It helps, dumbass, if you take them off instead of tightening them more. Damn it, I need my hammer too. Fuck. good. Oh, fuck. Let's see, maybe I can get these from the top without having to crawl under there again. Yeah. Okay, so I got them off there. Now my back's hurting. Let's make sure I have all my shit up here so when I put the zero turn up on the trailer, everything can fall off right in the way, just right. You know, that's the best way to do it. Okay, I'll film when I got everything done. Wind's picking up and I'm hurting and everything else, so I'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, so here I am down on the ground again. I got 3 bolts that I gotta put nuts on. 2 of them are on one chock and they're right between the tires. So this is gonna be very fun. I should get this one easily, but those others is gonna be a royal pain in the ass. So hopefully the battery will last long enough so you can see this. It's getting kind of low. Like I say, this one I should be able to get to easily. Oh, easily enough, that is. When I put these on, I don't think my back was hurt then. I'm about positive it wasn't, because I had these most of the year. But I had my helper crawl under here and do them. I drilled and everything, and then he put the bolts and stuff on. And I am using nylon lock washers. Or lock nuts. I couldn't find regular lock nuts or lock washers. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, God. Hopefully I can reach both of these. through here. I think I can one of them. Ow! Good enough range. Oh. Okay, now that I'm good and thoroughly sore, I got them on there about as good as they're going to get. So let's get the zero turn on here and see how it looks. Okay, so hopefully those lag bolts in the back won't give anytime soon. If they do, I can drill that out and put bolts in there. I did have that set back a little far, but I kind of wanted it that way to give me plenty of room. But I think that's how everything's going to ride. Got my weed eaters down for now. I had to, get in there to see what I'm doing, but I believe that's how everything's going to sit, how everything's going to ride. I guess now I'll get everything cleaned up, sorted out, sweep the garage out some, and lay down and rest a minute. My back's hurting just a little bit. But appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see y'all later.